Give it according to the rules of the perfect religion, the perfect book, the perfect messenger of that book. Demonstration from Muhammad, the Prophet, in the Quran. So, what came to me now, I had to go and Xerox some chapters from the Quran. I told Brother Abbas, I say, well, I gotta go. I said, but I want to Xerox them in English, because if I spend time, I said, most of the time I don't teach from the Quran from English. But if I get up here spending all this time trying to start explaining words and things, we'll be here till January sometime. Really, because but I want you to get the message. I know a lot of you are trying to learn Filuku the Arabiya. Brother Ajin, Imam Ajin Mohammed, when we were on the street, did we know Arabic? His name was Babatunde Omayana Mali or something. Yeah, my name was Abdul Hassan Ali. I had a Muslim name, Abdul Hassan. I got it out of the Quran. My first Quran I bought from Ellis Bookstore on Cottage Grove. And I would be coming to the Black Nationalist meeting where we were at, and I would be causing problems. I've caused problems for him. He was my leader then. He was a commander at that time in the Black Revolutionary Movement. And I would be causing problems because I'd be asking all kind of questions, and I'd be trying to teach the other brothers. But anyway, that's another history. We'll write about that someday. But I was sitting with Imam Muhammad, and we were talking about life and death. And in the Quran, and that's why I had to go get these chapters, because I want to share something with you. Because he said, in the Quran, there's some chapters that begin with Hamim. They're called the Muqaddat letters, And they say about these letters, just a lot of chapters, Alif, Lam, Mim, all these different letters that begin, they said, the scholars have said that only Allah knows his meaning. Which is true, in a sense. You know what Imam told me? He said, yeah, they say that. He said, but can't Allah teach who he wants? That's what he told me. He said, so Allah has blessed me with understanding, and he's given it to me. Oh man. Look, let me tell you something. You talking about a human being whose soul was truly blessed by Allah. You really have to know. I'm not talking about the fanfare. See, there's a public W.D. Imam Muhammad, and there's a private one. That's right. You understand? That's right. And he met with different other people at different times. Whenever I got a chance to be with him, I had my book out, taking notes, questioning. And he helped me so much, and he saw that my mind was just active. So he told me, he said, Qasim, he said, put all those books away. Read the Quran and listen to me. And later on, you'll be able to pick them up and rewrite them. He told me that right there on 87th and Cornell in front of his house, sitting in the car. And I did. I put them away, and I used to Xerox his articles out of the paper, and paste them in a notebook. I got them right now. Two big, thick notebooks. That's what I use for dawah in the community. I'll pull from what he said, And I was just telling him the other day, I said, when the Imam said something, I learned the quotes. I said, Brother Imam, what is the mission of the World Community of Islam in the West? He said, well, he always paused. He said, well, it is to combat the individual and community problems that contribute to the needless waste of human and material resources. Why you know that, Qasim? Because I learned it. That's what I used in the community. And he said, life is best established and protected when life lives with life in a context with other members of that life. And so when I was on all these boards and different things like that, I'd be quoting Quran and I quote insights from the Imam. They be looking and stuff, and I'm talking about political boards, college things, and etc. You don't know the language and the power of this language until you digest it and reflect it in your own mind. I'm gonna give you an example. Imam Ibrahim Deen, many of you remember him, that was here. So we was sitting down, and he said, "Yeah, Chief, yeah, I memorized that whole article, and I gave you a whole article." He said, "You did what?" He said, "I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to be me." He said, "What I want you to do is take what I say, you digest it and say it in your own words so it can come from your own soul." He didn't want to make parrots. He wanted to make leaders that can think with the Quran. And this is why my mission has been, and still is, and ain't going to leave me, because he put it on me. When I would complain to him about the Imam's meeting, etc., he said, "Well, Qasim," because one time I wanted to just resign and quit. I said, "Brother Imam, I can do what you want me to do without dealing with them. So can I just do that?" And he go on and he talk, and he'll take another thing and say, "Y'all, those of you know him." He said, "Well, I got a meeting with them next week in California, and I'm gonna tell them that I agree with you and what you told them." I said, "Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir." Then he said, I said, "Well, what I asked you?" You know what he told me? He didn't tell me not to quit or not to do this. He just said, "Just keep teaching the Quran. The Quran will change him." That was his response to me. And not just that time, many times. So what I do now, I just keep teaching the Quran. You see. So what I'm trying to tell you is that he wanted to put the Quran in you. You know that. You've heard it many times. And let me go now to why I wanted to go to these Hamim. Please take a note of this. This is insights and wisdom from Imam Mohammed. Because I wouldn't have known this. He said the letter Ha, Imam Ajim, he said it comes from Hayy, which means life. And the letter Mim comes from Maut, which means death. Now that's a whole different picture, ain't it?
What does y'all say?
Hamim.
7 chapters start like that.
7 chapters. Now, so I wanted to read. After each one, it says Hamim. This is in chapter 40. It begins with 40 through 46. But I'm not going to go through all this. I just want you to hear how the first verse comes after that. Hamim. It says, verse 1 is Hamim. Verse 2, the revelation of this book is from Allah, exalted in power, full of knowledge. That's the next verse after it. That's a lot of meaning to that. I don't have time to do it. Maybe in the future when we come back and do some classes and things, we'll do something. But I just want you to hear this. Hamim. Now it said, Tanzil al-Kitabi min Allahi Azizul Aziz. That this is the revelation from Allah. Talking about the Quran. Now remember, this is the Quran. And it is exalted in power and knowledge. Alim, knowing. Alright. The next chapter that begins with Hamim, it says, Hamim. The next verse, a revelation from Allah, most gracious, most merciful. You see the connection again? You go from Hamim, and then it points you to where? The Quran. Alright, let's go again to another one. It says, Hamim, verse 2 says, Ain, Sin, and Qaf. It gives some other letters. I ain't got time to go into them, but it has great meaning. Verse 3 says, thus does he send inspiration to you as he did to those before you. Allah is exalted, full of wisdom. Each one in this life death is pointing to Quran. Please pay attention. The next one, verse 43. Hamim. Wal kitabil mubin. Inna ja'alnahu Qur'anan Arabiyyan la'allakum ta'qilun. And it says here, by the book that makes things clear, we have made it a Arabic Quran in Arabic, that you may be able to understand and learn wisdom. Now, it's much to say in all of these verses, but this word here, Inna ja'alnahu Qur'anan Arabiyya, surely we have made it an Arabic Quran, la'allakum ta'qilun, that perhaps maybe you might ta'qilun. Now ta'qilun is from akil. Akil means to become intelligent. You see? But the intelligence that akil brings comes through the five senses. You hear me now? You have created universities in you, born with you, called the five senses. And they are called equality senses or common sense. You know why they call it common sense? Imam said, because it's common for most people to have five. That's just a simple answer. But that's the way he was in terms of his simplicity in waking us up. You have five senses. And it's common sense. You know, and sometimes when you help somebody, they have 5 or 6 PhD degrees and they can't figure something out. You know, and then all of a sudden you say, well, why don't you just do this? Man, why did I think of that? Because you didn't use your common sense. Allahu Akbar. Yeah. Okay. Verse 44. Chapter 44. Hamim. Wal kitabil mubin. Inna anzalnahu fi laylatin mubarakatin inna kunna munzirin. Now you really pay attention now. Hamim, by the book, which is the Quran that makes things clear. We sent it down during a blessed night, for we ever wish to warn against evil. Now I want to give you the connection. Inna anzalnahu, we sent it down, fi laylatin mubarakatin. Mubarakatin is blessed, isn't it? What's the name of your president now? Huh? What's his name? Okay. What number president is he?
45 and 46.
Chapter 44. That's all I'm going to give you on that right now.
Allahu Akbar.
I just want you to think with this book. This is a real book. It's a live book. It's a guide book. Stop playing with the book and just picking up Ramadan and falling asleep trying to read it. Read it every day. There's a program that I did about 6 or 7 years around the country called How to Make the Quran User Friendly. The internalization of the Quran through subconscious reading. Inshallah, we will come up here and do it. Some of you been in it, some of the workshop I did, and some of the over the years. But your ability to read the Quran is not just with your conscious, it's with what? Your subconscious. The one that hasn't been affected as much as your common sense. Not your common sense, your conscious, which has been diseased. The conscious is diseased. You don't even know what it is. You see? I did a talk yesterday at the program on the legacy of Imam W. Mohammed, and the topic that I gave them was the legacy, and I have it out on the table, you should get it, the legacy of inheritance. The legacy of inheritance. How you inherit this legacy. And I said it was the legacy of conscious